Policies intended to reduce demand pull inflation are most likely to increase which of the following in the short run? So in this question, we're told to identify which of the following will change in the short run as a result of policies intending to reduce demand pull inflation. So, what is demand pull inflation? Demand pull inflation is the result of a shift to the right in the aggregate demand curve, and this is shown easily on a graph of the aggregate demand versus aggregate supply. So for this curve, these are the two axes, the real GDP and price level, and then there's the two sloping curves, short run aggregate supply and aggregate demand. So for demand pull inflation, when the aggregate demand shifts to the right, then there's an aggregate demand 2 curve, and you can see that the original price level is here, and then after the shift in demand, the price level is up here, which means that there is an increase in price level or that there is inflation. So this is known as demand pull inflation. Now we're asked to identify which of the following factors will change as or increase as a result of demand pull inflation, or policies intending to reduce it. So, A. Gross domestic product. This is incorrect because to reduce demand pull inflation, we need to shift the aggregate demand back to the left. And if we were to shift this back to the left, the real gross domestic product, which is on this x-axis, would move to the left or would decrease. So A is incorrect because it would decrease, not increase. B. Labor force participation rate. This is incorrect because shifting the aggregate demand left and right doesn't influence the labor force participation rate. So B is incorrect. C. The price level. This is incorrect because if we were to shift aggregate demand back to the left, let's imagine this as the original curve and this as the second curve, then the original price level would be up here, and the price level after the shift would be down here. That would be a decrease in the price level. So policy intending to shift the aggregate demand to the left would decrease the price level, not increase the price level. So C is incorrect. D. Unemployment. This seems to be the correct answer because the x-axis can also represent employment. And if we're using policies that are decreasing demand pull inflation, then the aggregate demand would shift to the left and employment would decrease, or better worded, unemployment would increase. And that follows option choice D, and therefore D seems to be the correct answer. E. Wage levels. This is incorrect because a shift to the left in the aggregate demand would cause a decrease in the wage levels, as price levels would decrease and the nominal wages would decrease. So E is incorrect because wage levels would decrease, not increase. And therefore the correct answer is D.